I'm Rita, and you're now watching Growing Up Italian. I'm Unine. Growing Up Italian.
Growing Up Italian. Growing Up Italian podcast.
Growing Up Italian.
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 Growing Up Italian podcast.
Growing Up Italian.
Growing Up Italian.
Growing Up Italian podcast.
Growing Up Italian.
Woo!
Listen, I want this podcast to be funny and interesting.
be hard.
It's a lot of pressure. I don't know.
You
if it's
ever
gonna be
watch
funny.
my Rita's
Funny is
Reasonings?
hard.
Do you watch those?
What?
My Rita's Reasonings?
I see
when
your
I
cooking
talk?
videos.
No, not my cooking videos. My Rita's Reasonings.
Whose idea?
You have to watch those.
Whose idea was that one?
That was mine because I have a
Do you
lot
have
to
a
say.
Rita's reasoning today?
Do I have a Rita's
Like a
Reasoning?
new one?
I'll have one afterwards.
It's like a Bonanna Manonna me used to say. Like
No,
one of
please.
those? Hey.
Please. No. Rita's Reasonings is I like to talk about uncomfortable things and things that people think, but they never say out loud because they're uncomfortable to say them, but we're all thinking them. That's me.
It's basically Sunday dinner with your Italian family. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
So that's what I do. Like my last one was about agumare. Look what it means. You know
Like-
what agumare is, right?
Like a side piece?
A side
or-
piece, yeah.
Okay.
Like obviously agumare is your maid of honor.
Yeah.
But in our culture, agumare is also the mistress.
Yes.
And I talk about that it's not just cut and dry to have a mistress. There's rules and regulations when you have a mistress.
We're rolling, Pick? Yeah, we're rolling. All right, this is a perfect...
Oh
are,
my
are,
God.
Are we allowed to talk about this?
Yeah,
or?
you're allowed to talk about it.
go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, so basically I did, my thoughts on agumare that it's not just cut and dry of having a guy having a girlfriend. There's rules, where they're acceptable and it's not acceptable. Like the number one
I'm very
rule,
curious to
right?
know about
Come
this.
on. You got to understand me. All right. So, you know that the number one rule of agumare is you don't leave your wife and kids.
No,
for the
never,
gumare.
never.
Why? Because that makes you, what, a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But if you have a girlfriend, a side piece, that doesn't make you a piece of shit.
Really?
No, that doesn't make you a piece
Wow,
of
that's a
shit.
very interesting
And
take.
you know that, right? You're not going to judge a guy. A guy is not going to judge another guy for having a side piece. It's not going to happen. It doesn't happen, right?
You'll be surprised, though, but...
No, that's not going to happen. But if he leaves his family, then, dude, now you went too far. Like, you don't do that shit, So I basically...
What about if a guy's taking his gumad out in public?
They don't know.
That's
Rarely do that, and it's got to be like, far away. Usually the gumadas, they keep them, hidden. Yeah, they keep them different. Long Island? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know if you have one in Long Island, but,
Go to Long Island.
And then I talk about how the difference is whether a guy cheats on his girl or the girl cheats. How different is that in our world? Like,
I think
Come
it's
on.
both wrong.
What a
but-
start
it's
to the
both
show.
wrong.
What a start to the show.
What a way to
Let's
start.
keep it real. Let's keep it real. It's not the way I grew up. Us Sicilians, the way we grew up.
Yeah, you guys are gangster. You guys don't mess around.
No, it's not about that.
So
We're taught a certain way. We're raised. We're a breed. We're raised a certain way. And don't tell me that you guys are like that. You weren't raised like that because I don't believe it.
You know how we're raised.
Yeah, exactly.
Your husband comes from the same little hill as us.
Exactly.
So I will say,
No, it's the same world. It's the same world. But see, that's the thing. You guys get nervous to talk about this stuff. It's like, oh, why are you saying out loud? Don't say those things. No. It's okay. Like, don't say those things. Guys
Wait, so
get
hold
uncomfortable.
on.
And I said that
There's a
to
lot
you
going
guys.
on right now.
No, look how red you got. You don't like talking about this stuff.
Hold on. So, in your eyes, are you saying it's acceptable for a man to have a gumar?
No. That's no. Please, I'm married.
No, I know.
I have three daughters.
That's
I
why
want them
I'm
to
like,
have healthy marriages.
that's why I say you have 3 daughters in the room.
No.
which
God
I'm very
forbid.
intimidated about. I feel like if I say the wrong thing, I'm gonna get beat up.
No. But if you're bullshitting, you're gonna get called out. No, what I'm saying is, in my culture, the way I was raised, we're meant to believe, which is wrong. Let's clarify.
Okay.
These thoughts are wrong the way I was raised.
Okay.
But when you grow up and you evolve, and you're smart, and you know how the difference between right and wrong,
Yeah.
you understand. But my mother, who's 81 years old, still believes the old-fashioned way. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I was saying, it's like, if a guy cheats, it's like, it's like, it's a bad thing. But these older generations try to make you stay with them because they're the father of your kids, they're the provider. You kind of like
You have a family. You
you
can't
have
tear
a
the family
family.
apart,
There's
yeah.
all this pressure to even like forgive, you know, but if the woman cheats on the husband,
Yeah.
you have no room to play.
The double standard's crazy, right?
There's no room to play. You're done. You're shunned. And then I also speak on if the guy can't even stay with his wife even if he wanted to, because that's even worse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's even worse. He can't walk around. He'll be like,
Never vergogna, you know? Yeah.
what do we call those, right? My
This
father
was
used to have
before.
a
This was
saying.
before social media. Now I think it's much more.
No, this is years ago. This is the way I'm almost 50 years old, guys. You know, so this.
I thought you were like 25, 27.
Yeah, thank you. You're so sweet. You're my favorite now.
See?
But no, I'm talking about the mentality. It's a distorted mentality that we were instilled, you know. But thank God we grow up and we know the difference. And I have 3 daughters. I don't teach my daughters like that. I'm the complete opposite of that. You know, I'm not condoning that at all.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just saying that, you know, our culture, Sicilian culture, the way I was raised, you know, not everything is the right thing.
Now
you know,
it's easier to get a divorce, though. I think, like, you know, we're talking about our parents'
No, that doesn't
generations.
exist. This shit don't exist no more. Thank God. Now it's like I teach my kids, if you're not happy and God forbid, you leave immediately.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't
Back
care.
in the day, I don't think it was like that.
No.
You work through it no matter what, even if you're miserable.
Yeah.
Like, my dad's one of 6, my mom's one of 8. All 14 relationships, they're all together still.
Yeah, but yeah.
And are they all, is it everything perfect? Probably not, but
Yeah.
that's the mentality, you know?
It's different. Like now, people expect to be happy, right? These women, we expect to be happy. And it's the right thing.
Not to get too deep.
Yeah.
I feel like marriage today, and I'm married,
Yes.
and yeah, the relationship's great, but I'm saying marriage today, for a lot of people, I feel like it's not what it means
Well,
anymore.
first
you know
of
what I
all,
mean?
nobody's getting married anymore. I mean, congratulations.
Yeah.
But do you remember? Well, I don't know. You're young too. You're babies compared to me. But years ago, I don't know if you remember. Every weekend we would hear the cause of people getting married, and they would have the horn. Remember that? People were getting married. I come from a family of like Italian bands, like the Calyps, my uncles, and other bands. And every weekend they book weddings. Now, it's like you don't. It's not as common. Like people just live together and they're not quick to walk down the aisle.
Right.
You know?
Let me ask you, you think like a married couple, they should all know about every bank account? Like you should know about every
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
So no secret bank accounts.
No, there should not be any secret bank. I think that's messed up.
So how would you form it? Would you say, okay, like let's say you're married or there's a married couple, there's just one together?
Bank account.
That's it.
One bank account. Like that's the way it is with me. It's one bank account. We all got we get a credit card linked to that bank account. And that's how it works. Because if my husband would say to me, this is mine, this is yours, at the end of the night, that's your bedroom, that's mine. How about that?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Right?
How do you feel about that, Sabi?
You know what it is? Because think about like if you own a couple of businesses or have a couple situations.
Prenup.
No, but I'm not even that. I'm just saying like, let's say
You have
your
income coming
salary is the main account. Then you have like a savings account or something.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
regardless of how many accounts you have, you both should have access to those accounts.
Yeah.
And if you're
Did
not
you ever watch
ready-
the movie Casino?
I watched it a while ago. Yeah. Listen.
Like
That's a
Ginger, you know,
movie.
like with the
Yeah.
safety deposit.
Yeah, but that, I mean, come on. I mean, look at who we're talking about here. These people were nuts.
Yeah, you should know better. You should know
No,
better.
I just feel like if you're not ready to share everything with your partner,
But it
stay
works both
single.
ways.
Even better. Stay
Because now
single.
you're a big social media star. Does he have access to all
Absolutely. Yeah.
To all your
yeah.
accounts?
the... So
Yes, yes.
every book you're selling, he's got 50% off.
No, there's no percentage. There's no percentage. There's nothing, you know. But yes, me and my husband, when it comes to that stuff, because you
Yeah,
have
like
to have,
on your back, all right?
No, but you have to have trust. You know what I'm saying? You have to have trust in your wife that you're not going to bring home 100,000. She's going to spend 200.
We're talking
'Cause what
about
the hell's
relationships here
yeah,
today.
Yeah.
So what about when, you know, one person wants to buy something, you have to run it through them?
No, what are you crazy? No, you have to have, you know, that all stems from trust. My husband knows that if I buy something expensive, that I was smart enough to know I could afford it.
And how do you know you could afford it? You got to buy it 3 times. Like you got to have enough money to buy it 3 times. That's like an old saying. Like you can only afford it if you could buy it 3 times.
That's the saying?
Yeah, you never heard that?
No, I never heard that.
It's like you can only afford something if you could buy it 3 times. So let's say if something's 50,000, you got to have 150,000.
I agree with that. I think even more than that. I think even more than 3 times, honestly. I think even more. You have to be smart. And I think that when you're with the person, like me and my husband have been married 26 years. I'm sure the first year, we were married, if he's working and he realizes we have empty bank accounts, we have nothing to show for it, you got to question that.
Yeah.
But if you have a wife that's responsible and you see everything growing and everything's beautiful and bills are getting paid and life is good.
Chicken cutlets are ready when you get home.
Yeah, exactly. You just, but you have to have trust in each other that you're not going to go make $100,000 purchase, without discussing it.
Yeah. We just make an inside joke a lot with my dad because he thinks like with my mom, she gets mad because sometimes he'll just buy something randomly and just show up like, I bought this. I bought this business. Like I bought this house in the middle of the mountain.
You don't need it. You don't need it.
Yeah, exactly. So it's...
My husband does that too.
Because I feel like the old school Guineas, like they don't run, I'm going to buy a house. Or like, like an extra house, like...
Right.
Not talking about where you're living. I'm talking about like that investment property or something. Like you don't run it by your family.
Right. Well, yes. I mean, now you're talking about these old school mentality men who feel like they don't need to discuss anything with their wife. Feel like they just do it on their own, which,
Those are that's the same kind of thing we were talking about though.
No, you went from like a $5,000 bag to a $200,000 house.
No, I'm saying
upstate?
like when you first started, we were talking about the gumad's okay if you don't leave your wife.
Yes, so that's basically what I'm trying to say is that
those kind of guys are not
dry.
asking their wife if they could buy.
No, they're not.
Anything.
They're not. No, it's disgusting. It's like a mentality that's like old school. And I said my mother's 81 and she still thinks like that. And if I try to have conversations with her, there's no point. You're not going to change old timers. You're not going to change them. They have a certain way of thinking.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So wait, I know Rita's family my whole life. Neil comes from Sanza. But where did you grow up?
Ridgewood.
Okay. Real Sicilian ties right there.
All Sicilian, yeah.
All the Sicilians in New York ended up in Ridgewood, at least.
Yeah, we're from Bushwick.
Okay.
Wyckoff Heights. Everybody was born in that house. But even you Brooklyn people were born in Wyckoff Heights, So, so we're from Bushwick.
Were you born here?
I was born here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from Hart Street, Knickerbocker Avenue. That was all Sicilian back in the
Yeah.
day.
Man.
Right? Knickerbocker
That's what they
Avenue.
say. With like Chirco's pastry
And
shop.
Chirco's still there,
That's
right?
Chirco's.
But yeah, so that's basically...
And then they all make the shuttle and move to other places.
Yes. So
wait, your parents were born in Sicily?
yes, both my parents were born in Sicily. They came here when they were in like their 20s,
Well, what's their story? Can you talk about that a little
Yeah,
bit?
absolutely. Yeah, so basically, even though they were both born in Sicily, they actually met here in Brooklyn, in Bushwick. And they were young. And
Were they from the same town?
No, my father's from the city of Palermo.
Okay.
So my father's pure from Palermo. My mother's from a town called Bisaquino. It's like on a mountain.
Okay.
What is
More
it?
reserved. Bisaquino.
Bisaquino.
Yeah, so it's like 2 hours away from Palermo. And my mother, old-fashioned girl. That's what my father wanted, And those days, they were very easy to find.
Really?
Yeah. In those days, my mother's days, it was completely
Like it was
different.
easy to find
An
old-fashioned
old-fashioned
woman?
Italian girl.
How would you do that? Like, how did they meet?
Through friends and family. That's
Really?
the way everybody used to meet. Oh, I know a guy. Oh, this one's cousin. What do you think? They had swipe? They didn't swipe.
I thought
No.
maybe they had Facebook or something.
No.
Facciabook.
No, Facebook, they didn't have Facebook. They had, Canusha uno, bedro picciotto. We have somebody for you.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the family, where they came from, everything. And then
How long did they date before they got married?
they only dated
3 weeks?
No. But in those days, you couldn't date. It had to be a secret. Even me.
Really?
Even me with my husband, it was had to be a secret at first.
Really? All right, let's talk about your parents.
That's
and then
funny.
I want to talk about that.
That's funny. Yeah.
But so how long, realistically, how long did they date?
Like 9 months.
9 months,
like-
secretly too.
It's like my parents. 9
it's
months.
like, yeah, that's.
And it's crazy because before you're allowed to date.
What's up, guys? It's the Growing Up Italian Boys. And if you have an ancestor that was born in Italy, you may be eligible for dual citizenship.
Listen, the Italian passport has a 100% success rate in helping people obtain their Italian citizenship, like I have right here, from the very start of the process up until the end with the final application.
You can check for eligibility at theitalianpassport.com/growingupitalian. If you mention us, you might get a little discount.
The man has to come to your house and they have to ask your father's permission.
Yeah,
To date.
To date, which is a very confusing process because you don't even know each other yet. Like, yo, take it easy, but you weren't allowed.
That's respectable, though, I think.
No.
No?
No. Look, you know how much
What do you
pressure
mean?
I felt
All right, so
growing up?
if someone wanted to date one of your daughters
look.
and they said, listen. And
No,
they,
but
and
that's different. I don't do that with my kids. But me, I had to suffer those consequences. I suffered that world. You know? Like, my rules in my house, my parents were, when you like somebody, when somebody likes you, they got to come here and they got to ask your father first. And don't think you're going to date this one and then change and then this one and then change. And then this. No, you're stuck with the guy you bring home. So, Mika, you got to be 100% sure you like this guy because you're stuck with them, you know?
You're right.
It's a lot of pressure.
it is a lot of pressure.
Because that's how you're raised. What do you think? You're going to change?
That's like the
What do you think?
equivalent. That's like the equivalent of posting someone on your story nowadays.
Soft
Yes.
launch?
Yeah,
Soft
like
launch?
asking for dad's permission is like posting an Instagram story.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's a lot of pressure. So thank God I chose the right one because I would have been.
Wait, so your your father asked your mother's family for permission?
Yeah, it was like a big deal.
And she said,
She had
said
a lot
yes,
of
or the
brothers.
family said yes? How does it work?
They have to approve. My grandfather had to say okay.
You got to come with referrals. Like,
yeah, but did the mom look at him at least once? Like, he's a nice looking
you just
guy.
heard they
By the
like
secret.
heard through a friend. Like,
Yeah.
un picciotto.
Yeah, but-
They met
bella.
secretly. They
What's
met
Bella
secretly.
to you is not Bella to me. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah, so that was.
I mean, it worked out, obviously.
Obviously, yeah. Thank God they stayed married, for a long time. But,
And how'd you meet your husband?
So my husband went to Scuola d'Italia. And
Scuola d'Italia.
yeah, he had to learn an
Fancy.
Italian. He was fancy, my husband. He had to learn the Italian language. All right? I went to Grover Cleveland. But what would happen was these high schools, I don't know if you're familiar, but after school, everybody drove to, like they would drive to Christ the King and see everybody come out there and cruise around there. They would drive to Grover Cleveland, whatever. So I met my husband in front of my school, which was Grover Cleveland. Okay?
Do you remember like his outfit, like what car he drove?
He was so cute. Yeah, he was so cute. He had a Mercedes, his father's Mercedes. So, he was cute, yeah. And he was a little older than me, a few years older than me. But we got together through mutual friends. He thought I was cute. I thought he was cute. And that was it. And we got together. But then...
How did they, like, you saw him in person? And thought
yeah,
he was
we
cute?
locked eyes.
Okay. I thought someone
locked
showed a
eyes.
picture, like...
No, he was in front of the school, like, stalking. And
Was
we
he
locked
blasting
eyes.
love letter in the
Was
car?
he what?
Was he blasting love letter in the
Freestyle
car?
music.
Probably,
yeah.
because that was the thing then. It was like, it
I
was that.
picture Neil as like the star of a Grease movie, like coming through.
Yeah,
with
yeah. He had the
leather
long
jacket.
hair.
The leather
Like
jacket.
the soccer players, he had that hair going on. They all had that long hair. Yeah. So that's how we met. And then,
And he asked your dad for permission to date?
no, absolutely not. No, we all got in big trouble.
Really?
Yeah, we all got in big trouble because I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend.
How old were you?
I was like 15.
Madon.
Yeah, so I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend.
This is not gonna get Neil in trouble, right? Or
little
we're
bit.
past,
A
we're
little
past
bit.
statute of limitations.
Yes, exactly. So, and then he went to Rome to go study in Rome. He studied in the Vatican, my husband, so he had to leave.
For a couple of months, 6 months.
No, he went to college in Italy.
Oh wow.
So we were done, right? Because I'm like,
Or
all right,
long
you'll-
distance.
Yeah, what we're doing. But the funny thing is, we would write love letters
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and we would write back and forth. And then after a couple of years, he wanted to finish school here, so he came back here. And then we got back together because he moved back.
When you said you got in trouble with your family,
Yes, I got in
was
trouble
it
with my
serious
family. Very
trouble or-
big trouble. Yeah, I got very big trouble.
Like you weren't allowed to go out for.
No, my family found it very disrespectful that he would try to see me without their permission. Yeah, they're crazy. They're
Very
crazy.
old school. Very old school
Yeah.
household. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because the way I was taught is, what is he trying to do? Why does he want you a secret? Then what is he trying to do? Like, he obviously doesn't really like you, because if he really liked you, he would come see your family. So he's just trying to like probably take advantage of you or something.
this kind of scares me.
How
I hear,
scary
like,
right
when I
now,
hear
right?
That, no, yeah, it's scary.
Scary. But thank God it all worked out.
So, how long were you dating until you guys got married, or
Like a year and
engaged,
11
say?
months. A
Oh,
year
so
and 11
from when
months.
he came back?
Yeah, I was 21. Yeah, he was 25. And we got together. And after a year and 11 months, we were married.
So almost 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I was
feel like if
23
you-
when I got married. I was 23.
I feel like if you know, 2 years is good. Like
You
to
know
get
what?
engaged.
No, 2 years is too. Look, in 4 months, if you don't know, you have a problem.
Well,
Oh, you saying 2 years is a lot? You should know.
No, you should. I'm not saying a lot to wait. You could
Yeah.
wait to get married, but I think after 3-4 months,
You should know what kind of
You
person-
should know if that person's for you or not.
I feel like I know the first
Right.
day, and then if I feel like I don't know anymore, that's when.
No, the first day's too soon. Sabino.
First day, me.
Give people a
need to
chance,
know.
Sabino.
You need to know.
What if you're
from,
having a bad day?
You need to know from the first time. Like you need
Why?
to
Because
feel
you're
it.
looking just for chemistry. Because a lot of people, they grow to fall in love. Okay? You think, oh, I can't be with a guy like that or a girl like that. They're not my type. You know, you're not attracted to that person at all. And I tell my daughters these things, Mishkina. Like I tell them, you got to give
Mishkina.
people a chance.
I feel.
you know?
I feel.
And then you could grow to fall in love with a person. Because if you go just for attraction right away, you
It's not
just,
about the attraction,
you know?
but I'm talking. You need to see yourself. Okay, I would marry this person.
Yeah, and one
Like,
day
you-
you're going to figure that out.
Well, you need to at least see it. You at least need to
Guys,
see
now
it.
you know if you date Sabino.
Yeah.
You
Just
got
say
24 hours, set the clock,
Yeah,
and
it's-
you know.
say whatever he wants to hear.
Okay? You
She's
better
the
do the
one.
right thing in
She's the
24
one.
hours because you're done. You're freaking done.
Yeah, I cook very well. I wash everything.
All right?
a lot of empty promises. No,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I don't know. Things are different now.
Let me ask you a question. So,
I'm nervous.
yeah, no, I'm going to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're dating somebody and you really like that
Mm-hmm.
girl and your mother doesn't like her, do you keep going?
Is it justified why your mom doesn't like her?
To
You
your
know what I
mother,
mean?
not to you.
Honestly, it's about how I feel. But you know, that's a big thing with
Ooh.
like mother-in-laws, and they
Yes.
always fight.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like confrontation. So I'm just like,
You don't like
why?
confrontation. Of course you
But
don't
the
like
Italian women,
confrontation.
they
But what
fight
do you
over
do?
nothing.
You just get rid of her because you don't want confrontation?
No, but I look at
But
it
you didn't
like
answer the question, Sabino.
what I'm. So it's all about how I feel, you know.
So at the end of the day,
And then my
it's
mom
what
would
you
say
feel.
the same thing, I think. But
I love your mom, by the way.
yeah, but
I love
I'm
her.
just saying,
She's so
from what
sweet.
I've seen with Italian women and their mother-in-laws, it happens a lot. Because I think Italian men, sometimes we get the reputation that we're mama's boys.
I think
So
that's
that's
a
why.
great thing, though. Don't get me wrong. I think that's a great thing. I feel like when a man respects and loves his mother, he's gonna do the same for his wife.
Yeah.
If you see a man, that's very important to look at. Okay, if you see a man disrespect his mother, if he does it to his mother, you know what he's gonna do to you,
That's
That's
perfectly
true.
said. Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
That's very
so
true.
I'm sorry, but I think that's a big red flag. You go to a guy's house and he disrespects his mother, run.
I'll be honest, I didn't expect us to like have this talk on this podcast.
Yeah.
Now, are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
am.
You're
It's
full of
different.
wisdom.
It's
You're full of
different.
wisdom. I
So
love
the
it.
next
am
book,
full
the
of
next
wisdom.
book
I'm an
should
old
be
soul.
like a dating book or something.
No.
Like old school like rules to what to live by for a healthy.
No, I have age on me, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm 49, I've lived. So that's what happens when you get older. You get wiser.
Is that
true.
what it is?
Yeah, you get wiser.
Rita's reasonings.
Rita's
feel like I'm not.
reasonings, yeah.
Rita's reasonings.
That's what I do. I do like one
What
every
about
couple
Rita's
weeks.
seasonings?
Rita's seasonings. Yes, I have good seasonings.
Yeah.
You make
I
your
do.
own seasoning?
Nah, I don't make my own seasoning. But I'm saying, like,
Yeah, yeah.
know.
Well,
I remember. So a couple of things. We were
Sure.
supposed to do this podcast last year,
Yes.
and we've been meaning to do
I
it.
know.
And we finally got the time.
Yes.
But it was so funny because your husband's from this neighborhood, and I have a shop where everybody in the neighborhood comes in.
Yes.
So people know that we do this. And you heard Neil's wife is on TikTok now. She's getting a lot of views, you know? So like, you know, it's funny that, you know, came full circle. So what made you want to start like putting stuff on social media?
I didn't. I thought everybody was fools. I would see people on social media doing this, and I thought they were all crazy, and I didn't like it at all. But my kids said, "Ma," for months they would tell me, do one recipe. And I would fight with them all the time because I'm like, listen to me, I'm not a clown. I'm not going to stand there like an idiot and cook in front of people, whatever. That's not me, you know? But peer pressure from my children, I did one video. And that one video got 5 million views.
Yeah. The first one?
Yes.
Bananas.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
I
like
gained
hitting a grand slam.
100,000 followers in a week.
That's good. On TikTok, right?
Yeah. So at that point you say, oh my God. Now it makes you rethink. And then I did another one. And then it was the same. Like people really liked
That's true.
my
When
stuff.
you were posting, those videos were all like going nuts.
So that's what was keeping me going. Like the fact that people actually wanted to see. Because if I did my first video and I got like 200 likes, you would have forgot about me. I would have deleted everything. I wouldn't have kept
There's
going.
a lot of people that 200 likes, they're posting every day, 3 times a day.
Yeah, like
I'm one of them.
I wouldn't have. No, that's not true. That's not. You guys are like freaking amazing. No, I wouldn't have That's what my kids tell me. God knew that you would have stopped if that first one wouldn't have gone viral. You would have stopped.
Do you remember what it was? The first video?
Spaghettata. Yeah.
Just spaghetti with red sauce?
We as Sicilians, a spaghettata is basically a simple spaghetti that you make when you come home. They didn't feed you good at a wedding.
Yeah.
You come home.
Or you know when I hear spaghettata, like an old school tradition is the bride when she gets married that night she's supposed to make a spaghettata.
Yeah, that's
So
there's
similar.
another crazy traditions. Yeah, it's
But like in the
crazy.
little towns in Italy,
Yeah.
Sanza.
Yes.
After the weddings,
These
everybody
poor
goes
girls.
to the groom and bride's house and they like play jokes on
Do you know
them.
what they do in my town, my mother's town? The day after, the mother and the mother-in-law has to come make the bed.
What about if they don't get along?
Oh,
The mother-
yeah. No, I've heard of
You
that.
know that, right?
I've heard of
Yeah, I
that.
You've
heard
heard of that, right?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
got to make the bed.
That's
Afterwards?
That's so weird.
Afterwards? And then the
Sick.
other the groom's husband judges, you know, if he doesn't see anything on the
Oh,
sheet.
sometimes they would have to put them on the balcony for the town to see.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of cases
Come on,
where the
sick.
woman
We
didn't.
don't come from sick people. We think we're good people.
That's
Is that what good people do?
so
We gotta
fun.
rethink this whole
Yeah,
grown
it's
up
crazy.
Italian. Is it good or bad?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I think we need to rethink this.
I love this stuff though.
No, but I've heard stories, and you know they could be true or not true. But the husband left the woman
The
because
husband will bring the wife back to the mother and say,
Yeah.
go find who she belongs to.
it's crazy.
No, they don't really do that.
No, and years
I mean,
ago.
that's what I heard.
Maybe before we had
Listen,
books.
did you ever hear of? Listen, I'm gonna blow your minds. You want to blow your minds? You're not gonna believe me, but I'm telling you the truth. You could Google it right now as we're talking.
Okay.
Did you ever hear of wife napping in Italy?
Wife napping.
Yeah, like kidnapping. In Sicily, many, many years ago, men were allowed to kidnap their wives. And I'm not lying. It's in the books.
Their own wives?
Yeah, if they wanted somebody, they would be walking in the streets, and the man could kidnap her and take her. And then what would happen was, she would have to stay his wife.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And this one lady,
This has got to be like
years
the
ago-
1500s you're talking
No,
about.
it's like probably not long ago, like maybe 100 years ago, if not even.
100?
Yeah, not even, like 60, 70 years ago. This woman went to court because she didn't want to stay with
This has
her
got to be
kidnapper.
pre-Titanic days.
No, I'm swearing
way.
on. Google it. And you know
Wife
how I
now.
learned this? You're going to die. How I learned this. I was hanging out in my friend's store. They sold the beaded dresses, the Italians. Remember years ago we used to wear the beaded dresses?
Yeah.
My friend owned one of these shops. And this guy from Sicily comes in. Older. I was like 16. This guy would have been like 25 years old. So he starts asking questions about me. Who's this girl? Who is in the town? Who is this? So my mother was there because she was friends with the mother. And she was like, oh, my friend was like, no, she's 16 years old. Leave her alone. What are you doing? So he says to my mother, Signora, in Italian, if I want to take your daughter out to dinner, can I take her? So my mother goes, no, my daughter's a child. She's 16 years old. He's like, you know, in my town, if I want your daughter, I just take her. Just like that.
Yeah.
Me and my mother grabbed me. We walked out. And
That's
my mother tells me,
crazy.
don't go out. Don't go out of the house for a couple of weeks because she was afraid I was going to get kidnapped. And then that's how I learned this, that people used to do that many, many years ago.
Crispy, crunchy, savory, and sweet. Order what you want on Uber Eats.
Listen, guys, from now till the end of the year, December 31st, on the Uber Eats app, you go to Anthony and Son Panini shop and you get a nice $25 off.
When you use the code Panini.
You gotta use the code Panini.
Terms apply. See app for details.
Well, there's so many things wrong with that.
How
Obviously.
sick is that, right?
You know, I like. Look, you were 16. He was 25. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But in Italy, it's normal. Like
Yeah.
I would say
and I don't mean-
to this day, I gotta
to
be
this
honest.
day, and they go like, they say like,
Yeah.
oh, you know, like you raise your, like they treat women like
They
cattle. They
say,
say, oh,
yes.
I'll cresce, you know. Like,
Agression. Yeah, you know what that
So
means, though,
weird,
right?
bro.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Do you know what that means?
No, what does it mean? Because
Agresce?
I
You
think
don't know?
it means like you grow her up. Like
I'll
if
tell
you
you,
translate
you wanna
it,
really know?
agression means like
Yeah.
you grow her up.
You're,
like
you're being
You
the
wanna know
PG.
what that
You're being
means?
PG with it.
no, but
Why is he so afraid to speak? Listen, is this PG, the show?
no, I mean,
Okay.
but like, come on, we're talking about like,
Yeah.
No, but
you know, Sagittarius.
you have me on the show, so don't worry about it.
I'm gonna send them to you if they complain. You know what I'm saying?
Let them say whatever they want to me. Believe me, I'm Sicilian. I can handle it. Men, the reason why older men want them young is because they want them virgins. They
Is that
think
what
the
you think
younger
it
they
is?
are, yes, they want them virgins. That's why. When they raise them, that means that they have their eye on them and they know they're not going to be with any other man. And then when they're old enough, they're prime pick. That's why.
Is that
In
why?
Italian, they say, la femmina 18, l'uomo 28.
Yeah.
Wait, what does that translate to?
The girl 18, the man 28.
That's weird.
Weird.
It's crazy.
That's what they thought in those days. Yeah.
Oh, but it just you see it like because in Sansa the girls are when they're like 18. No, there's no single girls past 18.
Still to this day?
Yeah,
Wow.
there's like no single girls in the whole town. It's
You
crazy.
checked? You what? You checked?
I was asking around because
But you
the
told
way-
them
the way-
they got
'cause
you told them they got 24
I
hours.
told you when you came in. I said in Howard Beach. I asked somebody who are the best looking girls in Howard Beach, and they said the preschool girls. I literally said that to you. So I just like to know for science reasons. Like
Yeah.
you got to know what's around you.
Research
you know?
purposes.
Yeah, you're doing your research.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you did your research in Sansa.
Yeah,
There is
and in
no
Howard Beach, I did it too.
in Howard Beach. You did
Whenever
it
I
too.
go to a new neighborhood, I'm like, okay, what's the best?
wanna know the
what's the best
crime.
restaurant?
There's
Yeah,
no
so-
free agents. No free agents.
No free agents.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you like to get your information.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get the word out
Yeah.
too. You know.
Are you looking for a wife in Italy? You want to bring her
No.
here?
No, I can't. I'm over that.
Yeah.
I feel like those days are over.
We're going to find your partner.
Imagine.
It depends
bringing-
how bad you do. There are people, Mishkini, they can't find somebody, and then they get that desperate.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right? They get
No, no,
that
no.
desperate. Because things are bad for people, right?
Damn.
And they're like, no. And then when it's their last card, let's just go to Italy and find somebody. That's what they do.
That's wild.
It works sometimes.
Sometimes it works.
works.
Yeah. Sometimes it works.
It's got about 10% success rate, I would say.
I think you get a better, like look-wise, you get a better one, like if you go to Italy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
like from a woman's
Like,
perspective?
I should-
yeah, like
should
if,
ask,
if you're a woman and like let's say numbers, like you're a 6, you could probably get like a 9
In
if you go
Italy.
to Italy. Over here,
Wait, so
you're a
you-
6, you're getting a 4.
I should-
So they
what about-
sacrifice. These
what about
women, they
if-
sacrifice. You know what? Let me go to Italy. I'll find a hotter guy over there because they're more like, you know.
Well, you know
That's
what she's
funny.
saying is so true though. That's actually
Yeah, because you see,
it's like a Netflix movie.
isn't this something people don't like to talk
But
about?
then they're going to be a little
But
more.
everybody's
but
thinking?
then, you know, this is really funny.
on. Yeah.
But then you're also going to have to work harder.
What do you mean?
If you get a guy from Italy in the little town, and you import him here,
well,
he's not going to be a breadwinner like
No,
that.
he's not. So you
Import
see,
him.
you sacrifice finances for looks. If you do
Yeah.
that, you know what I'm saying?
What would be your advice, like to me, to find a wife? Where I should go? Like, where do you look? Where would you look?
For you,
Yeah.
because I know your family.
Yeah.
I
I'm just
think-
curious to
No,
see, 'cause
honestly, I'm
I
not
feel
even
like-
lying. For you, I think word of mouth, people you know.
No, because then they bring you know, like you see,
No, but the people who know you are gonna want to know. You know, they're gonna know what kind. What they're not gonna. What are they gonna bring? A grenade to you? No. No.
I was trying to go a funnier
Right,
name
somebody
than
who
grenade.
knows you,
I haven't heard that word in years.
busted.
Yeah, something busted.
Yeah, they're gonna bring you a
No,
busted
but
person.
listen. No, guarda, è troppo bella, ma faccio I salsina buona.
Now, people
They're gonna be
who-
like, Isaccio tu sei bella chiatta, ti
Well, you
piace
know what they
mangiare.
say though. But you know what I realize now? Tell me if this is true or not. Come on, I was gonna do a reasoning on, but
Oh
we'll
my
do it
God.
here. Guys don't want pretty girls no more.
What?
Yeah, I'll tell you why. Let's focus, right? Do you ever hear that song, Don't Get a Pretty Girl? Do you ever hear the song, Never Make a Pretty Girl Your Wife, Get an Ugly Girl to Marry You?
I heard the same. What song is this? I feel like I've heard.
If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, don't make a pretty woman.
Yeah, I
Guys
heard
don't
that.
want pretty girls anymore.
I think
They
you're
don't.
wrong with that, though.
No, let me tell you why. Because I feel like guys, they want to be able to have the upper hand, and maybe with the pretty girl, you might not have that upper hand.
You think because uglier girl, you'll be able to have a gumad?
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get so
It's
much.
more
hate.
passable. It's more
I'm
passable.
gonna get so much. Hate
I'm only
now.
following her guidelines, by the way.
No, listen,
I'm following your lead
This
here.
podcast is going because I'm gonna get trashed everywhere by what I'm saying.
I was not expecting this from you. I swear to God.
No.
No.
Oh,
I was
it-
expecting like we're going to talk
No,
about
because
pesto
it's
sauce.
true. I noticed that guys, they like them a little more tame, a little more. They're able to control them more when they're not that good looking. But when you got a hot girl next to you, now you got to work. The standards are higher.
Yeah.
You got to work for it now. Guys,
I feel like I've only had 3 serious girlfriends and they were all hot.
okay, but that's good.
People were always like, "Damn, how'd you do that?"
Because that means, but that means that you were willing to put in the work for these hot girls. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
See, I'm gonna have so much hate now.
so I don't know.
See what you just did?
so-
You need to be attracted.
What?
For me personally, the second you look at the person you want to date, you gotta be like attracted to them off the rip.
Yeah, of course.
Because if not, you get friend zoned.
Yeah, listen, if you're a faithful guy, then yes, you need somebody who's attractive. There's a lot of guys, let's say the guy's a cheater, he doesn't care if his stay-at-home girl is not pretty because he just gets that someplace else. He just needs stability, somebody who's not going to cheat on them, a good mother for their kids, somebody who cooks, somebody who cleans. And then if they want that model-looking girl, they'll just pay for it or something. They'll just get it wherever else they want it. But that's that. But if you're a faithful guy and you're going to go home to your girl every night, then you want that girl. You're going to be faithful to this girl, so you want to be attracted to her. You want a good life with that person.
Can you
It's a different
imagine?
kind of men.
I can imagine your followers tuning into this podcast episode. They're like, "Oh, I expected some nice recipes, some
Well,
wholesome
thank God
content."
my father's not with us anymore, so he's not able to
Sorry,
watch us.
sorry.
Yeah, but yeah.
No, I said followers, not.
Oh, I
not
thought you said my
followers.
father.
No.
I thought you said two.
Oh no, I said followers. Like the people tuning in, like,
Oh,
I
Rita,
she's such a
Cucina, she's
sweetheart.
gonna talk about
I was fully ready to promote your cookbook.
Please do.
Like,
it's
I was-
over here.
let's
This
talk
is
about
who I
some of
am. I'm Cucina Palermo over here.
Let's
We're
talk about what you got
cooking.
going on.
Yeah.
So, what made you? I'm sure a lot of people, when they see internet personalities cooking, the first thing people expect is a cookbook. But what made you say, "Okay, I'm gonna do this"?
Well, first of all, so many people from the beginning were asking for a cookbook. But that wasn't something that I ever thought I could do because it just seemed so far out and so much work. Like, I wasn't really into that, because I was doing this for fun, But then I had book companies calling me and wanting to actually do a professional cookbook for me. And when I would have meetings with them and hear everything that had to be involved to do a professional cookbook, I was turned off right away. When something's a lot of work, I'm done.
Can you give an example of?
What they,
Yeah.
photographers, editors, everything. And then it's
I
like,
mean, photographer's pretty.
yeah, it's like
standard.
to take the pictures. No, but we did the pictures beautiful.
Yeah,
By yourself,
but
we did it.
you still need to take pictures.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like photographers would come to your house
Yeah.
to take pictures of the food and all that.
So wait,
and
how
then
did you guys took the pictures yourself?
Yeah, my daughter.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So I
So
didn't
wait,
want to do
your
all that.
daughter is the social media sensation.
My daughter,
you gotta give her flowers.
Yes, my daughter Rihanna, who's sitting over there, did everything. I did the cooking, but everything else, she did. Thank God, because I don't want to do anything of that. But yeah, so I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to do a professional cook. But I'm not a professional cook. And I was always like intimidated by professionals calling me out to be like, that's not how you make that, or that's not how you make that. I didn't go to culinary school. Right. So I thought if I do it myself, and I actually called it a homemade cookbook because it's a homemade cookbook, nobody could judge me. Come at me because it's my homemade cookbook.
So did you learn cooking from family or
my mom?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I learned the basis foundation from my mom, you know, and
well, I'll tell you why cookbooks are so important, especially to Italians who don't have their ancestors anymore. Because the way we grew up is like, all right, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You don't have
We
measurements.
say that all the time.
You don't have measurements.
well, that's
these
why
things.
this was so hard because then,
Yeah, how did you figure that
that's
out?
the thing. Then I had to go back
You gotta start
and try to
writing
figure
everything
out
down,
how
yeah.
the measurements, you know,
Yeah.
because I go a handful of this, and so I actually had to do the work to give people a recipe.
Yeah.
You know, so that's.
Yeah, and also I gotta give you credit. Your videos are like feature film productions.
It's
like,
so funny, right?
Sit down, get ready to watch 7 minutes of just prepping food.
Yeah.
The editing got to be crazy.
It's
Yeah.
like, to do all that, compile a 7-minute video. Sometimes they're not even cut either. It's just like straight through.
Yeah.
Boom. It's like, all right.
Yeah, she's great at what she does. Like, she really knows what she's doing. And I love the music. I love Italian music. I grew up in a very musical family. So to me, music was very important to
Like
add.
a new Joliet or a new Sfera.
What happened? What did she say? What did he say?
There's a modern day artist in Italy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about them.
So
no, I don't know
what
the
kind of
modern
music-
day singers. I'm 50 years old. I Toto Cotugno, like those are my people.
And you still listen to the same thing over and over?
Celentano. Do I listen
You don't want
to?
to listen to new Italian music?
I would love it. Send me a playlist and I'll
Okay.
start putting new music.
Done.
Yeah.
We got to listen to
I
some
don't
new
know
stuff.
new music from Italy.
You don't know Annalisa?
No, I don't know Annalisa.
Quando.
No, I don't know. That's
You
the
know
thing.
that song?
No.
And also, my people that watch me, I think the majority of people that follow me are around my age. So they appreciate. And I also like American old music. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like Gloria.
Yeah.
You know, like things like that.
I think they got that from Umberto Tozzi anyway. That was a remake.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I was in Juniper working out this morning, and the bocce boys are throwing the balls around, and they're listening to like Adriano Celentano, like stuff like that. And I was telling
love
my
him.
buddies, I'm like, it's so funny that this music is like from the 60s and 70s in Italy,
Yeah.
and Italian Americans were more Italian than the Italians there because we're like following these old school traditions of making the sauce and like doing all these things.
If you go to Italy all the time, you're able to keep up with what's going on over there, you know. But if you're not involved in Italy is so different than what people think.
Yeah.
You know, they're more modern than we are here.
Yeah.
Like
No,
the
that's very
Italian
true.
Americans that came here
Of course.
years ago, they got stuck in that age, and
That's
they
it.
stayed like that. But in Italy, they evolved.
Yeah.
Then you know what I'm saying? Like they're very modern. They're much more modern than we are here.
Yeah.
Yes,
I agree with it.
they remember from how Italy was when they left it.
Yes.
And
yes.
you try and uphold all the same values,
That's the
traditions,
problem,
cultures
yeah.
from then, but
But
Italy
it's not like that no more.
Yeah, Italy's progressed just like any country will.
Exactly.
You modernize.
So
you
wait,
know, it's
when was
just-
the last time you went to Italy?
I went to Italy when I got married. The first 4 years I didn't have kids, so I went to Italy then when I was not without kids. With
Where did you
kids,
go?
I haven't gone. I went to Sanza.
How did you like Sanza?
Sanza's a cute town.
It's
you
a
know?
nice. It's a
It's
nice.
nice. It's a cute town. You
Give
know?
me one thing you remember about Sanza. Maybe like a funny story or
A funny story about Sanza.
or,
Well,
or
first
just an
of all-
experience. Like
An experience?
yeah.
Okay, so we went, there was a marchetto, and then like we were sitting outside my husband's house over there, and every single person that passed by, buonasera, 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 buonasera. They're so friendly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that
They're just trying to
we
figure out who
stay
you
there for
were, probably.
hours.
Yeah.
Like Kissy Fee.
Yeah.
They're probably
And
curious.
then I
who-
learned this. I learned this.
Oh, yeah, that's-
at Sanza. Okay. You
Why?
know
That's
what
not
this is?
Sicilian there.
This is not. This is from Sanza.
That's from.
This is
this,
not
right?
Sicilian.
no, that's well. That's
It's
yeah.
the
This
same-
is
same
Sicilian.
effect?
This is Sicilian.
No, but it's the
But-
same
but
effect.
like-
It's the same
Yeah, yeah.
effect. We have
If
different-
someone's talking
we have
smack, you do that. It like
Yeah,
keeps
it
them a
blocks
little
it.
away.
It blocks
Yeah.
it right away. Yeah,
That's an important thing to learn, though,
No,
because you
but-
could hide that easier than this.
I
Unless
know.
you're like at a rock concert,
I know.
you could do
I know.
this.
Yeah. Exactly. So I learned that. You know, I saw
good.
everybody doing it. It's like a cult.
You
over
saw
there.
it?
Oh my god.
Oh my God! Women
Blatantly
with their
obvious?
carriages, with their babies.
I don't know if I've
crazy.
ever
This.
noticed that. I don't
Yeah.
know if people do that as much now. I
don't
think
know
that's like
about
more
now.
our family all does that.
Yeah, you said this is 24 years ago.
Yeah.
20
No, this was like 22 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't do that no more? There's no more jinx? Nobody jinxes no more?
No, they still believe in it. I just think that's crazy, I'll be honest.
You don't believe in jinx?
To constantly have that fear that somebody's
Do you
trying
believe
to...
in jinx?
Jinxes?
Yeah.
Or like
people
malocchio?
jinx. When you have to do something, do you tell people before you do it or after you do it?
I don't really think about it, I'll be honest with you.
don't
I
think
used to
about
be
it.
in this world. My mom's so superstitious that
Yeah.
it made me hate superstition.
Like, say you're buying a house.
Yeah.
And tomorrow you got to do a closing.
No.
You tell people?
No, because
I think maybe
I always feel like something could go wrong. Yeah, I guess.
I think with me, and especially
guess.
I'm thinking specifically with me and him, because we're in business together. A lot of times we talk about ideas. So I'm like, Rock, what do you think about this? Like before you even do it, it's like
That's different.
you get opinion for, you know what I mean?
You trust each other.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
guys, I mean, come on. You're a family. You trust each
Right.
other. But
But yeah,
you're not
I guess
doing that
like
with
let's say a
everybody.
random person or someone you know is like a little envious. Like if you won't tell them your move until it's done.
No, you tell
But-
them afterwards.
Like a lot of times, especially the way I am, I feel like I have to share my ideas with my friends that I trust and like I believe in their vision because they'll guide me if my ideas like on the right path. You know what I'm saying? We're very excited to announce a long-term partnership with the Soto Gastronomia out from Australia. These guys got a really, really interesting restaurant concept where all their profits go to all these Italian charities.
Risotto has a very interesting story. So they're first generation Italian Australians.
They're basically us in Australia.
Risotto was created in their parents' and grandparents' honor so that they can pay their legacy forward. 100% of their proceeds goes to people in need, charities, and the arts.
DeSoto will be supporting us this year, so you know the content's going to be even better.
Bro, and who knows? Maybe at some point we're going to have to take a trip down under, huh?
I was always curious how the Italian Australians made food.
It's time we find out.
Yeah, of course. But then when things go to shit, you're like, oh my God, why did I tell people?
Yeah.
Because then you're going to blame that. You're going to be like, oh, who's the
Who's
the mother?
one who did
Yeah.
it? Who's the one who jinxed me?
Yeah.
That is true. I didn't realize I subliminally do that.
You
Yeah.
do, because
Yeah.
it's instilled in you. It's in your blood.
Yeah.
Embrace it. Embrace
Yeah.
it.
But I want to get out of that, though, I'll be honest. Because I feel like it takes over people's mentality sometimes.
No, don't get out of it. Don't get
Yeah,
out
but you
of
don't
it.
agree with that at all?
Well, I agree. I believe in that.
Like, if
believe in
do
that
I have to
1,000%.
constantly fear that somebody's going to
Well, yes,
you know what I mean?
yes, because yes, you have to do that because the alternative, you're gonna get burned. You're gonna get burned.
All
And
right.
you know what happens? You know when you learn to embrace it, when your plans go to shit all the time, and then you learn.
Yeah.
Life teaches you a
I
lesson.
had to
I
tell
agree.
that one. I had to tell that one.
Yeah, like damn it.
Yeah.
My
Come
neck
on,
got
that
me.
doesn't happen when something's going so great in your life or something, and then you tell a certain person, and then everything changes. It's like,
Yeah. No, I get exactly what you're saying.
and you're like, damn it, why did I say it?
Yeah.
That's true. How do you like Howard Beach?
I love Howard Beach.
That was a nice transition. Sweet.
After
Yeah.
that, I want to know, like, I'm just curious to know where she goes shopping.
Oh, in Howard Beach? So right across the street from Russo's, there's a Key Food. Frank Russo.
Oh, you
owns
go
it.
there?
Yeah, so I go there.
He owns that Key Food?
Yes.
Really? Is that like a known thing?
Yes.
Hey, can you fact check that?
Yeah.
He
I mean, when
does?
you walk in, there's a big sign that says Frank Russo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You don't go in there?
I do. Usually I do, but I like to go in the Brothers Ravioli.
Brothers,
Yeah,
yes.
because I go for quick stuff.
Yeah, I love. See, the thing with me is, certain places have certain things that are good, so you have to go to multiple places to get what you want. You know, so like you want a good steak, you go to the butcher. You know, the Food Emporium in Lindenwood.
I was gonna say
the
that's
bread,
why I like. Yeah,
the
it's
bread
fire.
there is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Frank, the little
This Foyadel's
man,
good there
yeah.
too.
So you got to go to certain places for certain things that you want to eat. You know.
So is it like a daily thing to go
Every
to
day
different
I go
places?
shopping. Every day I go shopping.
Nice
Yeah.
list, or is it just whatever you need?
Actually, I take my daughter with me all the time. And I'm like, Ariana, make a list. And she goes on her phone. I need this. I need that. And in the store, she walks around with me. She's like, we need this. We need this. And she crosses it off her phone. That's how we do it.
Yeah, nice system.
Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm like so out of this convo because I'm not from Howard Beach.
No?
No. But it's always nice seeing you Howard Beach people stick together. I love it.
Yeah, yeah.
It makes for
You're
good
a fellow
content.
Howard Beacher now.
Nah.
What do
not
you
yet.
know?
I'm from here.
But you live in Howard Beach.
Yeah.
So you don't consider
They're
yourself...
trying to claim me. I think it takes like 10 years to really claim me.
Oh, okay.
You don't think so? Like, you don't rep Ridgewood anymore? Like, you grow up like Ridgewood?
No. I try to forget. I try to keep that in my past.
Wait, so do you so you have 3 daughters?
Yeah.
Do you think they're similar, or is there like one?
No, they're all different.
Yeah?
It's like they were raised by different families.
Really?
Yeah, one was raised by a bad family.
Which one's that?
That's my daughter Simone.
Yeah.
She was raised by, I don't know, inmates or something, like killers.
Is she fresh?
Yeah, my daughter Simone is my toughest child.
Yeah.
Yeah, she gets away with everything. Why? I don't know.
I
She
feel like
overpowers me.
Simone is probably Neil's favorite, right?
They're very close.
See?
They're very close.
I knew it.
Yes, they're very close. Then I have my daughter Ariana. She's Mother Teresa incarnated. The girl.
And she does all your content.
She does all my. But besides that, she's just a good kid. You know, and then they'll say, you don't treat me like you treat Ariana. Well, Ariana's not you. She don't do to me what you do to me.
So who's the oldest?
Ariana's baby A. They're triplets, so it's
Yeah,
A,
I
B,
know.
C.
But like, do you remember each
The
time
order.
when they were born?
Yeah, of course. 2 of them were actually born on the same minute.
Really?
Ariana and Francesco were born the same minute.
Wow.
Must have been
Simona
like
was-
that first second of the minute, right?
and then Simona was born a minute later.
It's fun. We all have something kind of in common. Like
Wait, you didn't
Rocco.
talk about the other one.
Well, Francesca, yeah, Francesca's another one Francesca raised herself, Mishkina. She's the middle child.
Yeah.
She raised herself. I don't even know, like, she didn't need parents. She did it all on her own because Simona kept me busy, you know, dealing with her. So she takes up most of my time, Simona. And poor Francesca, she has the middle child syndrome, you know?
Flew under the radar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's strong because of that now,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Because she had to do everything on her
Middle
own.
children are the best.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they had to do everything on their own, you know?
Rocco sounds real biased right now. But Rocco's mom's a triple. We were just talking about that. And I have twins. So it's always
Yeah.
funny how the timing thing is like such
You
a
find
big
your
thing.
kids different even though they're twins?
Yeah, they're way different too. But
See?
it's
Isn't
funny
that
because my
crazy?
son is a lot taller than my daughter, and he's 2 minutes younger. He's baby B.
Oh.
And whenever they get into that little thing when someone's like, "Oh, who's older?" and it's my daughter, he's like, "Yeah, but I'm taller."
That's it.
That's how he.
wins.
That's how he beats the.
He beats
the
her
older
like that.
there.
Yeah. Yeah. No, they're very different. It's crazy because they are raised in the same household, but they're born with different personalities.
Yeah.
They're born that way.
It's always crazy to see like twins, and triplets are much rare, but to
Yeah.
see twins like interact like that, it's always
Yeah.
so funny.
Yeah. I want to go back to your cooking now because
Yes, absolutely.
I think what you're doing is something that it's like a refresher to see every time because you're showing people what you grew up eating, what
Yeah,
you grew up
that's another
making,
reason, yeah.
and you're sharing it to the world, and now you put it all in a cookbook. So are all those recipes like not accessible but easy for the regular person to make?
1,000%. My cookbook, like if you see the inside, I'll show you. Like, first of all, everybody loves the print because they say you could see it.
Yeah.
You see, it's very easy. You know, these are.
I feel like this book is perfect. It's a real cookbook. Like
Yeah.
you open it up and you can follow.
Yeah, it's basically it's me talking. It's like
Is there structure like pasta section and then
I mixed it all
or
up.
Just
I mixed it all up. There's
Okay.
desserts, there's pastas, there's second
Yeah.
dishes. You know.
So you told me
Yep.
that you're selling them like hotcakes on Amazon.
Well, I am #1 on Amazon for a week now,
That's
Awesome.
amazing.
which is crazy because who am
Congratulations.
I?
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. Like who am I?
That's awesome.
You got a big social media following.
You know
so
what I'm saying? Like I never would have even thought that one person would buy it. You know?
I want to entice our followers. Maybe give them. You don't have to say what the step by steps are, but like 2 dishes that are in this cookbook that you don't see or you can't get anywhere else.
There's most of them are like that. That's my whole platform. Is that another reason I did this is because when you look at Italian food, I didn't grow up with Italian food you would get in an Italian restaurant.
Carbonara.
No, vodka, palm. There's none.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist in Sicily.
Right.
No, no.
You don't make spaghetti meatballs, no?
You eat spaghetti and meatballs on the same dish? I'll walk out right now.
Nah.
I was testing.
Our family's
no,
never
we
done
do it
that.
separate. But once in a while, the best is when you get a little meatball that's stranded.
Minchia.
Yo, Nikki, is that you? My friend's probably stuck outside.
Okay, so I'll give you an example of what you're not going to find. Okay, well, first of all, you're not going to find my spaghettata in the restaurant.
Okay, that looks good.
Yeah, so that's
So
that.
that's like all year round spaghettata. It's like aglio and red pepper, right? That's
No,
what-
it's aglio olio, and it's all fresh herbs, and
Okay.
it's pikipaki. It's basically, you could use cherry
Peeled
tomatoes, a little
tomatoes,
pink.
okay.
It's got to be on the pink side.
Yeah.
You know?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
yeah, like
our
this you're not
spaghet-
going to find at a restaurant. Chickpea pasta chicchire. You're not going to
yeah,
find
that's
that.
Sicilian.
That looks like pasta fazool right there.
No, it's chickpeas.
Yeah.
That's such a Sicilian thing.
creamy,
Only Sicilians would change the
cheesy.
chickpeas for beans.
You know?
For the fagioli.
Yeah, so
Can I give you a little hot take?
yeah.
Pane panel's overrated.
Because you're not eating it right.
Really?
How are you eating it in a sandwich? What are you doing to this thing? You just sticking panela and eating it?
Why? What do you do?
You have to
squeeze
squeeze
a lemon?
lemon and salt on it. And you get the flavor of the lemon and the salt. Did you do that? You didn't do that. You didn't do it.
Doesn't really look like the best, meal to have or snack, I guess. Street food, right? That's what it's classified as.
It's a street food, yeah. But what do you guys have? Buying with freaking, what is it, blood? You just take blood, you dry it up. Let's have some blood sandwiches. Sanguinaccio. This is coming from guys who eat blood on a bowl, on a roll.
No, it's blood and chocolate.
Blood and chocolate.
Blood and chocolate. That's
delicious.
your palate.
That's Nutella.
That's your palate.
It's Nutella.
This is
Or
what's
the
judging
mozzarella.
chickpeas.
Or the ricotta, fresh ricotta.
I would say the cheese.
We're known for the cheese.
The cheese in our
cheese
towns,
kills you
it
guys.
doesn't get better than that. I got to
What,
be
your
honest.
cheese?
Yeah, it doesn't get better than that. Like caciocavallo,
Listen to me,
fresh
Pecorino
ricotta.
Romano is the king of cheese, so eat your hearts out.
No, I would say
your hearts
Parmigiano Reggiano.
No, Parmesan
Or
is
fresh
very
mozzarella.
Fresh mozzarella
Listen
is
to
not
me.
even close.
Parmesan, you eat by piece of Parmesan. You eat like
You break it off.
you break it, you eat it.
I just
but when
learned
you
that, by
want
the
to
way.
sprinkle on some pasta, that's when you get the Pecorino Romano,
Yeah.
because it's Pecorino Romano bites you back.
Why, that comes from Sicily? Pecorino Romano?
It's very Sicilian Pecorino Romano.
I feel like it's from Rome. Romano.
Regardless, we claimed it.
I think
I don't
you're
know the
thinking
history.
that
I'm not
Sicilians
about to
claim
sit
that.
and give you a history of cheeses. All I'm telling you is, in a Sicilian household, Pecorino Romano's king.
And I have one to up that one.
Go ahead, go.
Mozzarella di bufala.
Buffalo
From
is-
Campania. It's like you
Yeah,
cannot.
that's our specialty.
You cannot
Okay,
compare.
Yeah,
It's-
yes, I will never criticize any Italian food. I love it all, you know?
Of course, we got to compare. We can't just say, oh, yeah. It's
No, well, she
but
said
it's a
pane
little
panelle,
tough.
you know,
It's a little tough.
She started ripping on her sanguinacci,
No,
It's
because
like,
you started with my pane
blood,
panelle.
blood on
You
bread.
started with pane panelle.
he started.
You started.
I had to get her going.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, what are your favorite Sicilian foods?
pasta guisarda.
Okay, yeah, that's Big
See,
St.
that's
Joseph's.
horrible, too, by the way.
My husband hates
It's
it.
so fishy and, oh.
Listen to me.
Breadcrumbs.
Your palate is not delicate like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's not.
You had to grow up with anchovies.
Oh.
I
You
love
didn't.
That's like
I
a
grew
St.
up with
Joseph dish right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but we cook it more than St. Joseph. But I grew up with anchovies, sardines. It's in our blood. You know, I say we're part. You know, if you do the DNA ancestries, we're at least 10% anchovy.
that. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
I love anchovies.
You like them,
Yeah.
see?
But I'll
Horrible.
tell you why. My nonno in Italy, he used to have it straight out of there's like
Yeah.
a jar.
Yeah.
And he used to eat it straight up.
Yeah,
so as a
right.
kid, I'm like, oh, I'll try one. And I just loved it.
You
since.
have
You
to
love
love
this since?
salty,
Yeah, it's
You,
so
salty.
that
good.
didn't shock you?
No, I love that and like a pizza bread. When you make a nice
Yeah, because he's
pizza,
more
you put
involved
that.
than you when it comes to the palate.
Well, I'm not a big fish guy.
Well, that's terrible.
Yeah. How you Italian?
That's
You don't
terrible.
like fish. That's like, come on.
No, but I just,
You know why? Because your family comes from the mountains.
Exactly.
That's why.
Exactly,
That you're more
sure.
the meat and
I like
potatoes,
tzatziki
right?
and super sad, you know?
Yeah, that's what. Palermo, Sicily is around water. We're more of the fish.
Yeah.
That's why.
You guys are people of the sea. We're more of the
Yes,
land.
yes.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yes.
You're right.
But that's like when people, like, they are so against when you put cheese on fish for that reason because they say
Yes,
the cheese comes from the mountains and...
but I like it. People get mad at me. I do it on my TikTok all the
Really?
time. They get mad at me because I always put cheese on my linguine with clam sauce.
A lot of
You're not
people do.
supposed to do it, you know? But it just tastes better to me.
I think it's more with, like, fish with shrimp, like pasta dishes with shrimp or something. You don't do
Yeah,
that.
you're not supposed to. But I like
I'll
it.
tell you what, shrimp parm hits though.
And that has cheese on it.
You ever had
that's what
shrimp
I'm
parm?
No, I would never.
You wouldn't?
No,
No?
no.
You make any parm? Is there any parm?
No.
Wait, why would you never though? Why
It's
is it?
heavy. It's heavy. and
So you
it's-
don't even make chicken parm? Because I've seen
No, I
videos
don't
with
make
chicken parm.
No, I don't make chicken parm. I'm going to be completely honest. The only thing I do for my kids, because I do it for them, is they love vodka sauce on chicken with fresh mozzarella.
That's literally my bread and... I
That's
think we
elite.
should go eat... We should try one of those.
That's
That's my
elite.
best-selling sandwich.
What, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. And
That
I
pays
didn't
the
even know
bills.
that, Sabino.
Yeah. You sure?
I swear to God, I didn't know that.
I think we should try it. You want to try it?
No,
We
you
take a
can
bite?
give it to my kids because they love it.
Wow.
No, it's not
for the
that.
kids,
It's
for the
not
kids.
that.
For the
It's
kids.
not that. I like when it comes to sandwiches. I like delicate sandwiches. I hate when I see those big who are you? What are you, an animal? Like 5 chicken cutlets and this and that.
Not 5, but 3.
No, that's gross. No. What? We're not animals, people. And in Italy, I'm sorry, they don't do that. And you go to have a panino, they do.
Yeah, but we're in America.
Una fettina di mortadella.
Yeah, but that's also silly. It's like you're not gonna get full off that.
No, but come on. Your sandwiches in America, you can make 4 sandwiches. You take
Everybody
it out,
says that.
It's terrible.
So what do you like? What's your go-to sandwich?
My favorite sandwich in the whole world, which is king, is semolina and fresh mortadella. And don't put anything else on it.
That's it?
Wow, that
That's
sounds so
it.
fun.
No oil, vinegar.
No,
They're breaking down the door for it.
No. And my people are.
Yeah?
My people are. Yeah. Because the flavor of mortadella is not to be messed with. You do not
A little
mess
fresh
with,
mozzarella,
Yeah.
mortadella.
You don't need it. You don't need it. That's a different sandwich.
Or provolone, like a little slice of
No,
provolone.
you don't need it. Mortadella, you have to taste the mortadella.
Too dry though. You don't need.
No,
some,
no.
like-
You don't trust with a nice fresh semolina bread. It's perfect. Now, if you're talking about other sandwiches, yes, fresh mozzarella, roasted
Like
peppers.
if you're gonna eat prosciutto, you can eat with mozzarella.
Prosciutto, yes. Mortadella, you gotta eat it by itself. Don't mix mortadella with nothing else. It wants
If
to
there
stay
is
alone.
one cold cut that you eat by yourself, it is mortadella. Though.
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
that it is true.
Yeah. But anything else, yeah. And as I said, I don't like a thick sandwich.
Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
gotta be proportioned bread to meat,
Yeah.
right?
Like, what's the ratio? 50-50?
You 50-50, yeah, because you got to count both sides of the breads, 50,
50.
and the inside 50.
Yeah, no Diddy. If I could get my mouth around a big sandwich, I'm not gonna enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like I have to have a nice
The proportion, because
bites.
then you know what you do? You don't taste the bread.
Yeah.
Then you taste everything inside. And you know what else I do with chicken cutlets? You can tell your father downstairs, all right? Instead of putting the chicken cutlet flat on the bread, don't do that.
Cut them up?
You gotta cut it on the diagonal like that,
Like
because
strips?
when you eat it, it's easier to eat.
You eat the chicken.
Because sometimes, you know, when you take a bite of a chicken cutlet sandwich, you go like this, and then you pull and you take the whole chicken cutlet out with your mouth.
Yeah.
It's not easy to eat. So, col delicata, on a diagonal, you slice it and you put them like that, and it's easier to eat.
See, I wouldn't enjoy it if it was like that.
Because
No?
then the
Nah.
chicken, we get one piece at a time.
I'll get one piece, then the other one.
No, what do you mean you get one piece? You take a bite.
Yeah, but
you take
then
a bite.
it's like I'm gonna get the.
But you gotta do a profound bite. You gotta,
Yeah.
you gotta really get down.
What's it got?
And then all the sauces and the vinegar, it goes in between the chicken cutlets.
Do you have any other food rules?
I got a lot of food rules.
What else?
I mean,
Well, can I just say you
yeah.
do look like somebody who serves a nice fettuccine alfredo on Sunday.
once again, no. Fettuccine
With chicken and
Alfredo
broccoli.
is not,
Yeah, with chicken on top and broccoli.
that's
It's-
gross. Like, do
don't?
not put chicken on pasta.
You really follow the. Come on, this is ridiculous.
You do that? You put chicken on a pasta?
Well,
Yeah, it's getting out of
Like,
hand.
If you
now.
have whole wheat pasta with a little grilled chicken,
Whole wheat pasta.
Yeah,
why not?
Come on.
when you're trying to be a little healthy, you know.
You're going to eat pasta? Listen, if you're
In
gonna,
America,
listen,
we try to get the protein in. You know.
Now, first of all, whole wheat pasta is probably worse for you than regular pasta.
You think
Who are we
so?
kidding here? Did you check the carbs? It's the same shit.
Is
you're
it?
you're just sacrificing taste for no reason. Even if you're eating whole wheat, whole wheat is not even healthy for you. Wheat is not healthy for you.
No.
No, it's not. If you want to talk
That
about
explains
health,
a lot. That explains why I'm the
See,
same.
you see what you're doing? I mean,
Yeah.
you should be 100 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
So what we gotta do? We gotta switch it for chickpea pasta.
No, honestly, if you want to talk about health, that's a completely different subject. You know.
You know, it's so
You're not gonna
crazy
get
when you
healthy
talk
cooking.
like health with different people. Like you'll hear some people say, "Oh, just grilled chicken, vegetables, no carbs," and then you hear people, "Pasta's
Pasta's
good for you.
okay,
Eat
yeah.
pasta
That's not
every
true.
day.
Pasta-
Don't eat meat."
No,
You know?
everything is in moderation. Like if you're gonna eat pasta, eat it on a Sunday. Eat the freaking real pasta, you know, and just do it once a week. You know what I'm saying? Like do it right. If you're gonna eat a dish, eat the right dish, less times.
When's
less
the right
often.
time to eat a salad in a meal? Is it before the pasta or after the pasta?
Secondo piatto.
So the
But first
pasta,
you have the pasta.
not a little antipasto
You
first.
can have it if you're getting fancy. Who are we feeding? I mean, if it's
I'm
just
coming
my
over for
family,
Sunday dinner, yeah.
Yes.
If you have 10 people
if I
over,
have
you know?
company over, yes, you start with the cheeses and this and that and molone and you know.
Melon?
Yeah, melon
Melon
wrapped in prosciutto.
You still do that?
Yeah, you
That's
come
like
to
an
my
old
house
school
for
day.
dinner,
Oh, that sounds
you
good.
get treated like a king. You get treated like a king. My guests, any of my guests, I do soup to nuts.
You have referrals?
Yeah, I have tons of referrals that you know. You know my people. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. You know my people. You know a lot of people that I know. You know?
I'm going to ask him after this.
My husband's cousin.
I'm not going to lie. Before I did this podcast, I had like 3 people say, I heard you're having Rita on.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
it was the talk of the town.
Thank you. You're messing with me. Huh?
No,
You're
I'm
messing with
serious.
me.
I'm serious.
Are you making fun of me?
No.
Okay. So basically, yeah, that's what it is. You do if you're having guests over, then you got to do it the right way. Mm-hmm. You got to do the cheeses. You got to do all that, and then you do the pasta. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then after the pasta, you serve the meat alongside salads and side dishes. Those all come out
Same time.
at the same time.
I feel like the salad gets lost in translation when you do it like that.
Why?
Yeah, the salad just
You don't put salad on the side?
You focus on the string beans and the steak versus.
I know. And sometimes you could have like a separate plate for your salad. You know, because my kids also, they're very picky. They don't like to mix.
Exactly. That's another thing. The sauce of the, like from the dishes before and the salad.
And the meatball.
Some people like that.
First of
Some
all,
people
you need
don't.
a separate plate. You need a clean plate after your pasta. I hate that when people put salad after they eat
all goes
their
in the same
pasta
place,
with sauce
though.
and they
Right,
put in
sauce,
there. No.
It goes in the same place.
See what he just said?
He's an animal.
You can't do that. My husband
well,
would
you
do
don't have
that.
to wash a lot of dishes.
Like,
when
why do you
Sabino's
have
there.
to wash another dish? Because we're
That's
not
true.
animals. You're not animals. Why would you want vinegar and sauce together?
Wait, so you're not a big paper plates person?
Yeah, so basically what I do at my house, I'll do the regular dishes, and then I put paper plates if they want to say. He's nodding because he agrees with everything I'm saying.
Yeah.
He keeps nodding.
He doesn't want you to beat him up, I think.
No.
All right, so if I came over for dinner,
Yeah.
would it be like if I didn't bring anything,
That's rude.
would you would judge me, right? Like you would expect
I
me.
think I would judge you.
You would expect me
Bring a
like
bottle of
to
wine.
bring
What the hell? You gonna break
pastry,
the bank?
yeah,
Especially
pastries.
knowing your bank account. Are you freaking kidding me? You can't bring a bottle of wine?
He's cheap. You'll be surprised. He don't bring anything.
That's fine. He could be cheap, but he's gonna be talked about.
Nah, okay. He's not like that
No,
at all.
but isn't that the thing that you have to bring something when you go?
I
visit?
think everybody. It's not just Italians. I think anybody. You get invited to somebody's house.
I think nowadays the way you ask for permission, like if the girls brought home somebody that said, "Ma, this is my boyfriend, I really like him," and he showed up empty-handed, and he knew there's going to be like a serious,
Scordadillo.
like if you're just there,
That's
and
a deal breaker.
There
Come
happens
on.
to be chicken cutlets flying around. That's one thing. But I'm saying like, come over for Sunday dinner.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I don't judge kids, because to me, 22 years old, you're still a baby.
They
I
should
feel
know.
like-
You should know better.
I feel like the parents should tell the son, "Oh, you're going to this girl's house. Make sure you bring a bottle of wine or something."
Yeah.
Like that's what I would do with my kids. I would make sure that I teach my kids. You don't go to somebody's house empty-handed, because I don't know if a 22-year-old is going to think about it on
That's
their
true.
own.
I think by 18 they should know that.
Yeah, I mean, it's the polite thing to do, to bring something if you're invited.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So how do you think this interview went?
I don't know.
Or
You
not
guys-
interview, a podcast, I would say.
Interview.
I think it took a weird turn. Like in the beginning, I think you didn't expect the conversations we were having at first, but I think we had a few laughs.
Is there
right?
anything else you want to?
What's something that
Okay.
always gets commented on your page that you definitely want to address?
I'm not screaming.
Okay.
I'm not. Stop saying that.
She even flinched
I'm
at
not
that. She
screaming.
she knew right away what
Yeah.
she had to say.
If you say something stupid, I'll block you. I used to comment back and fight back.
How many people do you have blocked, do you think?
Not much. Like out of 100 comments, I might get like one that's stupid. But they're in their basement. They're probably ugly and they're just stupid.
And they have fake pages. It's always like
they're
a
very
random
insecure
person.
people. That it's sad, but
Peccado,
you have to get
peccado,
blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to fight back
They
with
just want a
them,
reaction. So.
but then I'm like, you know what? I just swipe block.
Yeah.
So you're gonna
Oh,
get
you
blocked.
block. You should
I
block.
block. I'm done with
Yeah.
you. I cut you off in real life,
yeah.
and I know you. Could you imagine if I don't know you? No,
Yeah. That's a bridge I definitely don't want to cross.
no,
Or burn, I should say.
no. I mean,
Yeah. Anything else?
that's it. I
got-
mean,
I got
What's
one
next
thing-
for you?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna tell you guys. I'll let you know afterwards.
What about Rita's seasonings?
Rita's reason. No, I mean, listen,
Riesling
this is doing
seasoning.
good so far. Maybe, next year, whatever, like, I'll do another one. I'll continue with cookbooks because people want my recipes written down.
Old school Italian tradition, or what to expect in an Italian wedding. We should do that.
I did one.
Spaghetti,
I did a
yeah?
reasoning on
Yeah?
Italian. I did one. People got really pissed when I tell people like women should not take off their shoes at
Are you
weddings.
talking about Italian American wedding or Italian wedding?
No, I'm talking. We're in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'm
wait,
talking
you don't
about
bring
weddings.
slippers to the window for when? You don't bring slippers to the wedding for when it's time to
No,
dance.
no, I hate when girls take off their shoes.
Like
and
barefoot?
they're wearing like a beautiful gown and they're gorgeous and then they're barefoot.
But
Yeah,
that's
Like
but
they're
I'm
gonna stomp-
nobody to judge, but from what I've heard, to wear heels for 6 hours is not easy.
It doesn't matter. You gotta suffer. You're a woman. You gotta suffer and you gotta pull through. Damn it! What is it for forever?
also that's how like Sweet 16s though, where you see.
Well, those are
that, you know?
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are kids. I don't care about kids.
But
I'm
weddings, you don't see that really. And
you
Sometimes
definitely
you
the
do.
women know to bring
Sometimes
flats.
you do.
The women know to
First
bring
of all,
flats.
if you get stepped on, somebody wearing high heels, you know how painful that is?
Oh, yeah, of course.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
That's
yeah.
very dangerous, you know?
So wouldn't you want them to be barefoot then?
What, to get hurt?
Yeah.
Nah, I just want to tell them, please. Nobody wants to see that. Like,
No,
stop.
do you not like feet, I'm assuming?
No, I just think it's disgusting. You're at a catering hall.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're in a beautiful place and you're wearing a
You
beautiful
don't want to ruin
gown.
your outfit on the dance
What are you
floor.
going to stomp grapes? Where are we going? No, I don't like
What
it.
do you think is the right amount for a boost in today's
It
society?
depends what they spend, and you should know.
Yeah, but how do
should
you
be
know what they spend?
You with wisdom. You know.
All right,
You know. When you walk
Russo's
in,
on the bay.
you got
Russo's on the Bay
Russo's on the
Saturday
Bay.
night.
Yeah.
Bruce on the Bay.
No,
Saturday
it's not a
night.
holiday or anything. It's just Saturday.
How many people? Two people? A couple?
Yeah, a couple.
Bruce on the Bay Saturday night. You got to give minimum 600 if you don't want to look.
See, it went up.
The
It
price
used to
definitely
be
went up.
500.
When we spoke about my wedding, everybody thought I was trying to get a bigger booster because we did it right before I
I
got
told
married.
Rocco,
Did
yeah,
you get married at
250.
Yeah.
Russo's?
No, I got married at the Venetian in Jersey.
At the beautiful place.
Yeah, it was very nice.
Beautiful
And
place.
I said then, like 250 is more than a reasonable amount. Now I agree. 250 a person.
Yeah,
a person.
I think now you should do at least 300 a person.
I think it's at least 3 now.
If
Yeah.
someone brings a toaster, it's no good.
What happened?
Like if someone brings a toast or brings a gift, like a
You don't
nice
belong-
or like a nice air fryer.
You would not be invited. People know if somebody's going to bring a toaster. You won't get invited.
Yeah.
They know.
They know. They know.
Well, I see
They
a lot
know who
of
their people are.
on the invites now. They're saying no boxes, no gift boxes, like to make sure that it's like just cash.
Well, I
Bring
would hope-
cash.
Yeah, it's pretty much what it's saying. Yeah.
Botizos.
You could tell when somebody spends a lot of money at a party. You
Yeah.
could tell.
So
you know.
I gotta ask you a personal question.
Oh.
Have you ever taken money out?
No, I haven't, but people deserved for me to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. I
Yeah,
haven't.
I
I haven't
get
had the
annoyed.
courage to do it.
I
but-
don't do it because I won't do it because I feel bad. But first of all, family, it doesn't matter what kind of party they
Yeah,
have.
Yeah,
I
no matter
agree.
what.
I
You
agree.
still got to put the top notch.
You
with
keep a
family.
black book of what people give you.
No, I don't. I did for my wedding.
I feel like you have crazy memory and just remember what they gave you.
Yeah, I do have a book for my wedding, but no, I just do the right thing when I go to a party. I don't like to be cheap, but people did deserve not to do the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think if you throw a party, you got to throw a party.
Yeah. So another question is it fair to judge somebody based off the amount that they give you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if it's like, oh, that's all I could afford right now, you know?
I mean,
then say no to the wedding at that point?
Nobody
no,
would
see,
admit
now,
that though. To
Yeah,
you.
that's what I'm saying. That's like you don't know their situation, but I'm curious your take. I don't want to sway
like,
your.
I don't think you should judge anybody if they don't put. I mean, yeah, you do, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that's
By
only
natural,
if you
yeah.
think. No, let me fix this.
Rewind.
If you know that person to got it
Yeah,
and they're cheap.
like if Sabino's coming.
Yeah, if Sabino comes, he better.
No, I don't
you
got
better
it. I don't know what you guys think.
You better pack
I'm
it.
fucked up.
Yeah. If you know that person is struggling, because you know who you invite,
Yeah.
then no, you don't judge a person. If I'm just judging people that they have 2 loaves under their arms and they cry poverty
Rock, I
with
think,
2 loaves
I think
of
we were
bread.
talking about this
I don't
during
like.
his wedding, but people were commenting. I think the last time we put something about weddings, a lot of Americano will be like, "You're honored to have them to celebrate the day with you." Like,
Yes,
they don't
well,
even need to
Americans-
technically give you a gift.
Right,
That-
Americans don't think the way we do. Once again, is it bad the way we are? I don't know, but they don't have the same mentality as we do, so you can't judge them. You can't, because they didn't grow up like us, you know, twisted and distorted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like I'm talking to one of my Zias right now.
yeah, I could be a Zia.
I love it. I love it.
I could be a Zia.
Well, Sanzez, Sanzez by marriage. So,
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a little Sanzese now.
well, listen, Cucina Palermo, my homemade cookbook. available on Amazon. Make sure you guys go get that. Make sure to follow. And thank you for your time. It's been a long time coming.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for having us. You guys are great. I love you guys.
You're an amazing person, beautiful family.
Thank you so much.
For
You guys are
finally
great.
coming on. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. It was. I had a great time. I really did.
And when you
Thank
got the
you.
next one, you'll come back.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll do this again.
Definitely.
Take it easy.